For number 11, I went ahead and wrote in the formulas that we'll need for 11 and 12 just to make things go a little faster. So first is, what is the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex 14-agon? Well, you would use n minus 2 times 180 to find the sum of all the angle measures in a 14-sided figure. The n represents number of sides, which is 14. So I'm going to plug 14 in for n. And I'm going to go ahead and just work it out. So 12 times 180 gives me 2,160 degrees for a 14-gun. For number 12, I need to figure out how many sides I have first. So starting here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 6 minus 2 would give me 4 times 180, and 720 degrees. Okay, so we know that all of those add up to 720. So next, I need to set up an equation. I'm going to start with x. I'm just going to work my way around. So x plus 112 plus 155 plus 90 plus 98 plus 140 equals 720. The total amount. And so I would add like terms. Adding all of those gives me 595. And if I subtract 595 from both sides, x will be 125 degrees. Okay, for 13, ABCD is a rectangle. Find the value of x and y. We know that all the angles in a rectangle are 90. So this is complementary, where they add 90, so y plus 65. So I could just do 90 minus 65, and this gives me 25. And so, angle y is 25 degrees. Now, in a rectangle, your diagonals are equal. So these parts are also equal to each other. And so 5x plus 25 equals 85. So if I subtract this, we get 60. And x would be 12 if I divide. In number 14, we have a parallelogram. Your angles are consecutive, which means that they're next to each other. They're going to add to 180. So 180 minus 135 would give me 45. So x is 45 degrees. Now y is just going to be equal to the other side, 11. That's pretty simple. 15, we have a trapezoid where TR is the midsegment. You need to find the midsegment, TR, and you need to find angle Z. So to find the midsegment, you average the bases. So I would do 14 plus 38, and then divide that by 2. And that would give me 52 divided by 2, which is 26. Now, for angle Z, these base angles are the same. Okay, for 16, this would start unit 10. It says, given that MK and NL are diameters of the circle, determine the measures of the following arcs. So central angles are the same as their arc. So if this angle is 73, then this arc is also 73. Now to find all of these angles in here, we're going to use some things that we know, like vertical angles makes us 73. We also know that LN is a diameter, so this makes 180 degrees. And so 180 minus 73 is 107. And then again, on this side, this would be 180 also. And so 180 minus 32 minus 73 gives you 75. Alright, so like NJ, that's going to be 75. JK will be 32, etc. So if I'm looking for LK, my measurement of my arc is 73 degrees. For MJ, 73 plus 75 is 148. MNK, that's 180, semicircle. And then we have NLK. So to get to the K, I'm going to have to go in to L to K. So we know that from here to here is half, which is 180, plus 73 is 253 degrees. For number 17, find the measure of arc AB. All right, so this is an inscribed angle where the angle or the vertex is on the circle. These were central angles because they were coming, the vertex was in the center. So if you have an inscribed angle, you double the angle, and that gives you your arc. So we would have 48 degrees as your arc. For number 18, find the value of x so that FG is tangent to the circle. So your tangent line right here, FG, and your radius, EF, create a 90-degree angle. Once you understand that is a right triangle now, you can use Pythagorean theorem to find your x value. So I would do 9 squared plus x squared equals your hypotenuse, which is 18 squared. Okay, so 18 is 324. If I subtract 81, we get 243. And we square root that and get a decimal of 15.58. Now, just because in this entire review and the final, we round to the nearest tenth when necessary, so I'm just going to round to the nearest tenth here. So 15.6. For number 19, given our two arcs, AD and BC, can you find the measure of angle AED, which is x? And to do that, you just average the arcs. So 35 plus 85 divided by 2. This is 120 divided by 2, so that angle would be 60 degrees. And then the last problem for Unit 10, to find angle 1, you subtract the arcs and divide by 2. So 63 divided by 2 is 31.5 degrees.